This is the most beautiful stream title I've ever seen. What did I title the stream again? What did I even title the stream? I don't remember. I'm literally trying to check now. Oh my god, don't measure my head, you're too sexy. Yeah. That was fun. I was trying to come up with a race science related joke after how much race science we ended up talking about yesterday. Hi Disco Vol, welcome. It's good to see you. Okay. Before I jump back into the game properly, just a quick reminder, as usual, that we're still raising money for medical aid for Palestinians. You might be able to see our donation bar at the top of the screen. Our current goal is £2,000 and we're currently at £1,875.98, so pretty close to that goal. Yesterday we got a really generous donation of £100, which brought us a lot closer. I think, yeah, we're about £124 away from that goal now, which is really exciting. And once we get there, we will be doing a little giveaway of a bundle of indie games, which is exciting. If you would like to donate to our fundraiser, you can type in the command !Palestine in the chat to bring up the link to the fundraiser. And if you do donate to the fundraiser, please let us know in the chat so that I can shout you out, because as a result of my setup, I won't be able to hear the donation ping, unfortunately, but I'd like to thank you if you do donate. Yeah, the need for financial support for MAP and people doing work like them is ongoing, unfortunately. Okay, so getting back into the game. Oh, I don't think I realized this. It looks like it's giving me the option to level up some skills. It's a good thing I decided to pause and have a look at this. So, okay, do I know how many points I have and how much I can spend? I'm just trying to figure that right now. Like, how many skill points do I have to spend? Okay, well, let's just mess around with it a little bit. Hi, no problem. Appreciate you swinging by for a little bit before bed. Okay. I don't... Let's see what I'm interested in leveling up, actually. I think Logic Encyclopedia... Logic and Encyclopedia could be good to level up. Let's see, suggestion. Oh, I don't really want to play the Puppet Master, you know. I don't really care about understanding cultural authority as well. So if it was anything in this category, I'd probably say empathy and volition. I think endurance I might want to level up. And shivers. And feel like savoir-faire has come up a couple of times. That could be helpful. Perception could definitely be useful. Okay, let's see what we are able to do. Oh, I only have 1 point to level up. Okay. Gotcha. I think that trying to figure out what I want to level up, you guys. I could always commit more to Inland Empire, but I don't know. No, I think probably I should balance out some of the other stuff. So I think maybe I'd like to increase Shivers. It hasn't really come up so far in the game. Obviously, I'm assuming it will come up a bit more as we go on. But I feel like, I mentioned this in the last stream, I feel like it's kind of in the same area as Inland Empire, in that it's kind of about, you know, tuning in and like perceiving the imperceptible and this kind of thing. So I think, and also you guys said that you really loved Shivers, so that might be a good one to level up. Yeah, fuck it, let's do it. Yeah. Hi Faye. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it must be early for you. Well, appreciate you being here. Okay. So, I came here and I'm not 100% sure how to take the body down yet. Let me check my journal in terms of where I am with some stuff. So, I know what I can do to open the trash container, so that might be a good start. There's a locked trash container behind the whirling and rags. The manager should have a key. Alternatively, you could use brute force to pry the lid open with a pry bar. I don't think I'm very strong, but let's try the pry bar. And if the pry bar doesn't work, I guess we could try with Garrett, but he kind of hates us, so...
All around you, rain falls on the great city of Rivershore. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away. The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting.
What am I doing?
Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hair.
What do I see?
Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another. Rain falls down on the world.
How does it feel?
Your shirt sticks to your chest. The shoulders of your disco blazer grow heavy. The cold finds its way in under your skin. You shiver, and the city shivers with you.
Ooh, okay. What is in the west?
Sheets of rain over the water. A flight of stairs leading into the ocean. Wave after wave washing the coast of Martinaise, with its motorboats and gently swaying reeds. The ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet beyond the Bay of Revachol. Ghosts rise into the sky.
Who are you, ghosts?
The skyscrapers of La Delta, the financial district. Faint golden light seeps from the office windows.
Oh dear, okay. Interesting.
Will you ever go there?
Will I?
No. You are just one of the hundreds of thousands who watch them rise across the bay from Martinaise every day.
What is down the shore?
Urban coastline, rain dripping off Eternite-covered roofs. Cinder blocks left over from half-finished construction. A defunct research and development building, once seized by revolutionaries. An old wooden church stands on stilts above the water.
And beyond that?
Coal City, end of all lines.
Run your fingers through your dampened hair.
Your hair is an oily mess flecked with ash from neighboring coal plants. Smokestacks rise somewhere in the distance.
What is in the east?
The great gates of the industrial harbour are locked. A chill runs down your back. You shudder like an animal trying to shake water from its hide.
Okay, yeah, that's interesting. The industrial harbour in the east and the financial district in the west. Clench your teeth to stop the shuddering.
Behind the gates, heaps of supply crates, red and blue metal shipping containers, slick with rain. The Greater Revachol Industrial Harbour is an artificial mountain range. Immense wealth resides within, and immeasurable poverty in its shadow.
And before that?
You, on the Martinez Plaza, a small dot looking up at the sky. Droplets form on your eyelashes.
And beyond that?
La Ducienne, King Dries passenger harbour. Cruise ships flanked by dock arms. Cranes watching over the mouth of the river distributary.
What is across the distributary?
Couronne, the lower middle class. Distributary after distributary cuts the city blocks in half. 7-story buildings trail off into the rain.
What is beyond the Couronne?
A silvery curtain of rain over the houses. The class divide.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of I'm kind of reminded a little bit of London, and potentially other cities where, like, the West End of London is got a lot more money, and the East End has, more working class migrant communities and so forth, and just kind of the economic segregation that arises in other cities as well. What's in the north?
Capeside apartments. Tower blocks crowd one another. 4.46mm bullets still lodged in their war-torn stone walls. Hallways collapse from the mortar hits of a war that was lost long ago. Clotheslines go to waste in the rain. Radios play.
And closer to here?
A yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. Coal leaks into a puddle beneath a dead man's feet. He swings from a tree, bloated. Droplets of rain slip from his cold cheeks.
What's in the south?
A traffic jam. Rain thrumming on the roofs of motor vehicles. Inside, drivers watch water streaming down their windshields. The statue of a king shudders. He too is cold. The canal bridge has been raised.
What's on the other side?
The road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto. Beneath its concrete columns, a sea of rooftops, woodwork, and tar stretches northward. 4-story buildings as far as the rain can fall. The snows melt in Jamrock.
What is Jamrock?
Revachol is the capital of the world. Jamrock is the capital of Revachol. Droplets form on your eyelashes.
Revachol is the capital of the world, huh? Okay. Yeah, it's definitely giving Imperial Core then. I know that I was kind of discussing some of those aspects of the world building and trying to make sense of them in the last stream, but I get the feeling, so this is a settler colony, and it's the Imperial Core, which I think is kind of giving, like, North America in some ways, but then in other ways it's giving, like, a French vibe. So I think, someone mentioned in the last stream that one of the locations is, for example, inspired by both Japan and Korea, and whatever kind of complexities arise from that particular link. I feel that, potentially inspiration from multiple contexts has been brought up here.
It's home.
Where the hood, where the hood, where the hood at? Why am I not there? Shudder, look further. Why am I not there?
To be in Martinez, where no one goes, at the runoff point of a long-forgotten canal, in the whitest part of town. In the shadow of the day, the revolution fell.
What am I doing here?
Standing in the rain, looking north, where Jamrock Rock City stretches inland.
So, am I right in thinking that Revachol is kind of like the nation or country that they live in? Martinez is a city in Revachol, and he's saying that Jamrock is the capital city, so it's another city. And it's implying that the player character is from Jamrock. Yeah, okay. Sorry, thinking out loud. Piecing things together. Where the hood, where the hood, where the hood at?
Have a brother in the cut. Where the hood at?
Shudder, look further.
In the rain-swept distance, above the rooftops of Jamrock, a repurposed silk mill stands perched above the motorway exit. Precinct 41 hunches in the rain. Your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your hand. The rain stings your eyes, making you look up and blink.
What's above?
Coalition aerostatics hang like apparitions under the cloud cover. Way up there, where rain forms, rotors flutter silently. Your sight clears.
Motherfucker.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. You should get a raincoat. There's a freight to the east. They sell them there.
Okay. We have a couple of reasons to go back to the Freet, I think.
This Postler Vantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front.
How do I feel about the mail delivery box? Good mail delivery box. Pat the box.
The box seems happy. Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and Saint G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also.
Wow, okay. I feel you, mail collection box. Been there, post 11. Tourier, mail collection box. Been there. Or mail collection box, you should man the fuck up. I feel you, mail collection box.
The mail collection box seems cathartic, thankful even. So do you. You shudder. Then you swallow. And then suddenly, you see it. Over all the other graffitos, someone has, using the tip of a very sharp knife, cut the words, Revachol forever.
Leave. Oh hey, welcome. Adam and Dirty Tape. I don't think you've joined our streams before, so welcome. Yeah. Welcome, Faye's stepdad. It's nice to see you here. Okay, so what do we got here? Okay. So Lalin was kind of saying that the controls seem a bit unwieldy on PlayStation sometimes. I don't mind these controls, but sometimes it's a little, just a slight bit faffy. This book has a Rosa pistol and a half-naked dame on the cover. I think I can definitely see that this, like, how this might, like, be designed more so for PC and the kind of in the porting, it might have been a bit tricky. On the cover stands a very muscular man surrounded by flames. Okay, so we got some books or some magazines. This book is about pate. This book, you don't really understand what it's about, nor does it seem important. Okay. A book about boyadero culture. It promotes freedom and roaming upstream. A book about the future. The government reads your mind using radio technology. Crime, romances, and biographies of famous people. Okay, cool. The little bookstore.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
A young girl with chubby red cheeks waves at you, smiling. Her nose is also red from the cold. Hi.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
She stomps her feet to feel warmer. What kind of store is this, anyway?
It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Fun. Okay, it's a little bookshop. I've been meaning to watch one of your streams for a while yet, but my schedule usually doesn't match. Oh yeah, that's totally understandable. That's a shame, but it's okay. It's totally fine. Yeah, sorry. Sometimes my streams are a bit like ad hoc, because yeah, my work schedule can be a bit chaotic sometimes, and then sometimes I'm like really busy for a while and I just don't have time for streaming, and I'm just like, yeah, it's a bit all over the place. This week I've been off sick, so I yeah, I've gotten a few streams in this week because I'm bored. And it feels better to play video games on stream and hang out a little bit than to just be stuck in your house on your own when you're off sick.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
What is a book?
That is a book. They have stories inside them. It's like someone told you a story in a really long letter.
What is a postcard?
A postcard is a small cardboard picture. You can write a few words on the other side and send it to your friend or beloved.
She is unfazed by your questions. She would consider it impolite to point out any perceived weakness.
Oh, I love her. What's a board game?
Board games are like little games on a table, made to pass the time. There are several different ones, but sailors here mostly buy cards.
Interesting. Thanks.
My pleasure. Anything else you'd like to know?
Obsessed with you, Annette. Is it okay if I ask you some questions?
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
What is your name?
My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock.
The girl gazes at the window, then suddenly jolts, her eyes wide as if recalling something.
Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
And you're standing out here in the cold because...
I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance and biographies of famous people.
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling. But she's cold.
Okay, I can say, you're cold, can I help in some way? I should have a word with the store owner, maybe? Such a good trooper you are, already learning the value of hard work. Pat her head. Fuck that. I could help by brutally dismantling the free market. I don't know if I think maybe I should quit being a cop before I think about brutally dismantling the free market. You're cold. Can I help in some way?
Kind of you to offer, sir.
She doesn't know what else to say.
What could you do to help her anyway?
I could help by brutally dismantling the free market.
Thank you, sir. I'm glad to help Mum out with the store.
She doesn't seem to understand what you said. Shouldn't you be at school or something?
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
What is school, anyway?
School? Well, mine is a big yellow building on Boogie Street, and the people there run it. They say it's a charity.
The gale wind blows in from the coast, a wind of needles. It wraps itself around a building of brick and mortar. Somewhere, a clamor rings through the honeycomb of classrooms.
What is this feeling?
Remorse. The parquet of assembly halls. The rows of stall bars are growing cold. The corridors stand empty. A girl's voice somehow finds its way through this strange feeling. You haven't heard a word of what she's been saying these past few moments. You only hear...
Mum says it's necessary to do both, because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
Okay, maybe we should try and deprogram her. Oh, and thank you for the follow, Steve. Just noticed that. Sorry. Shake off the cold. And how's the business doing?
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Oh.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
Cursed? In what way?
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go...
She's looking for the right word. Bankrupt?
Exactly. But we've been doing fine so far.
That sounds rather serious. I should probably look into this. Narrow your eyes and look through the creaking boards on the window.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case. But I don't see much more to look into here.
The lieutenant makes a note in his notebook. There's a curse, Kim. I think we do have more to look into.
Please do look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games you asked about are also there, sir.
How does this curse manifest itself?
It does not manifest itself in any
Kim.
way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather.
Kim, come on. But Kim, the plasmic manifestations.
No such thing.
The lieutenant stands at your side, stern and serious. Kim, this won't do, Kim. This just won't do.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir?
What do you know about the other failed businesses?
Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't really know what's there.
Okay. Enough about the curse for now. Stroke your chin.
Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead.
What is romance?
It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man.
She smiles at the thought, perhaps imagining herself in that situation.
Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir.
What about a book where the man and lady business doesn't work out at all?
I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum.
Yeah, you think she has one about an excruciatingly painful breakup?
I don't think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though.
She pauses, trying to figure out the appropriate answer. No, think about it. One where they plunge into a torrid spiral of pain and recrimination, only it's really long and drawn out, scarred for life, phantom limb.
No, I don't know.
Sorry, I'm weirding this girl out, but these dialogue options are really funny. Doesn't ring a bell? Alright, I'll ask your mom.
Yes, she knows books, definitely.
What was that? An idea for an unfinished novel stuck somewhere in your forebrain? You clearly have issues you need to address. Later, when you get the chance, you should address these issues by getting drunk. That'll show them.
Okay. What about when everyone is poor?
That's really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life.
Sometimes you have to write about real life things.
Not in romance books, sir. These are about nice and pretty people, and everyone is happy in the end.
What about when both of the men are bad?
These are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody wants to read a story like that.
What if it's written really well?
Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either, because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, that would be interesting.
You get it, Annette. What about a poor man getting a rich lady?
It happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process. Or should actually be rich himself, but has lost his family property unjustly, like during the revolution or something.
I'm sorry. Rewind. Lost his family property unjustly during the revolution or something? Okay. It's giving Cuba. It's giving quote-unquote refugees who had to flee Cuba during the revolution. But it's like because they were literally like plantation owners. But then they live their lives in the US being like, I'm a political refugee. My family lost everything. It was so hard for us. Girl. I see.
Those are unhappy books, for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost, but then it all turns out just fine in the end.
That's enough romance for me. I had other questions.
Maybe some about other books?
Who are these famous people?
Oh, kings and queens and generals of old, or artists and writers, or musicians, those kinds of people. There's usually something extraordinary about them.
She scratches her cold reddened cheek, then continues.
I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame.
Seems like most people who read those books fail to get more famous from reading them.
Reading those doesn't make the readers more famous, does it?
But it does make the famous people more famous.
She smiles gleefully. Fame sounds delicious. Maybe someone will write a book about me one day. No, thank you. Fame is for vain people. I have better things to do. These famous people sound like a bunch of dorks. That one.
Annette's expression remains ever so helpful, but she doesn't say anything.
Yeah, you heard me. Only losers waste their time with that garbage. Listen, okay, I don't want to be too mean to her. She's just a little girl. Never mind, I literally had nothing else to say.
Okay.
She looks at you with her wide eyes. I kind of feel bad about weirding her out, but once again, this is the character that I'm playing, so... What is this crime business?
Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals.
Wait, not crime fiction. I need to know what crime is. She doesn't know what else to say. It's that bad. Point to your head.
Crime is what we were solving before this conversation began.
Why would anyone need to read about crime?
It's exciting to people, I guess. They get to imagine dangerous things, and it's kind of like a puzzle, where you can guess who the criminal is, or how the good guys are going to catch him.
I'm a policeman myself, by the way.
You don't look much like a policeman.
She examines you as if trying to find something policeman-like. Okay then, maybe I'm not a policeman, or I should stop being one.
Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen.
She points to a book cover on which you see a strapping Vespertine officer. He stands grimly over the body of a dead woman. Okay, we got a few options. It's not your body that's important in police work anyway, it's your... Points at your head.
Head? Yes.
No, it's your soul. Your blue soul.
Soul. That Mullen guy looks like a Hampelman. Who could respect that face? It's not even drawn correctly. He lacks soul.
I'm not sure I understand.
A policeman's gotta have the right stuff. An ingrained sense of the law. No one would follow a weakling like Mullen.
If you say so, sir. He's just a fictional character. He's no match for your soul. Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the books.
The cover image of Dick Mullen seems to stare at you with harsh disapproval. Okay, well, I'm not gonna say you can stop calling me sir, I am but a working man, because, as we talked about before, cops are not workers. Okay, composure check. I'm gonna deduce something now.
You fail to deduce anything substantial.
So,
She waits intently.
I am a detective. I deduce that you are very small.
Come on, don't be silly. That's not a proper deduction.
She rolls her eyes. Okay, bye. See you around, Annette.
Hey, psst.
Who, me?
Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again.
I'm always ready to start building communism again. But tell me more about this again.
Yes, you're ready to start building communism again. You've built it before. They've built it before. Hasn't really worked out yet. But neither has love. Should we just stop building love, too?
Damn. Okay. Voice inside my head. Can't argue with that. That's... No, he ate with that. He did. This, once again, I'm like, can you cross-stitch that and hang it on my wall? Because that's fucking good. That's good writing.
So, what about all that communism you've promised to build? Word on the street is you've woken up from 1,000 years of slumber, promising to erect a version of communism many times greater than any attempted before. Is that true?
How come there's word on the street?
You keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pocket, literally murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs. That kind of stuff.
Okay, well, I think you started losing me from sodomize the landowners, because don't want to have gay sex with the landowners. They don't deserve a fun time. Impale all the people who have more than 25 real in their pocket. I guess it depends on like what the value of a real is, but it kind of seems like it's like maybe like $1 or a like Great British Pound or a Euro type currency, because I keep picking up like pennies, and I only have $4.97 in my pocket, and I assume that that's I feel like 25 real seems like a very small amount. I know I haven't tried like shopping that much and stuff yet, but it seems like a very small amount. Literally murder all human beings regardless of all their political yeah, that's not building communism, you guys. I don't know about that. So you've kind of lost me a little bit there. I've said some mildly left-wing things, but none of those. I mean, okay, we can keep the first two, but okay, let me pick that last option, because I can't selectively choose which ones I've said before, so... or, oh right, that sounds like me.
Funky style. Very funky. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it?
Okay, so for a lot of this, I'm kind of like role playing being a person who doesn't remember anything at all about anything, but I'm also like very much enjoying leaning into the kind of strangeness of asking seemingly obvious questions, and I'm also curious about how the game is going to choose to define certain terms. So I'm going to start by asking, what's this communism even about?
Failure. It's about failure.
Failure?
Yes, abject failure. Total, irreversible defeat on all fronts. Absolutely vanquished, beaten, curb-stomped and pissed on. Until you came along. You will reverse the fortune of the workers of the world.
It's giving the queer art of failure, you guys. R.I.P. Jack Halberstam, you would have loved Disco Elysium. Jack Halberstam, I think, is still alive, by the way. Just, I'm not spreading misinformation, that was just a joke.
You alone, against every living thing, against every human alive. 800 trillion real in the hands of an impossibly well-organized ruling class. Towering city blocks of bankmen who have the ears of prime ministers. Million-headed armies of nations and the love of your own mother.
Okay, this is all very fascinating, but once again, I can't stop thinking about the underlying tension that I am a policeman.
You against the atom, the charm and the spin, where the whole world failed. Matter failed to bend to human will. Human will failed to get out of bed and tie its laces. You alone, single-handedly, will rebuild the dreams of the working class. You are the last communist.
Feels a little bit antithetical to what communism is all about, to just have one dude do the whole thing. Even if it were possible for one dude to do the whole thing, which I'm gonna put it out there and say that I don't think it is.
Now get to work, comrade.
Okay, roll up your sleeves and start building communism. Opt in. The other option, which I will not be choosing, is it's too tiring, I don't have it in me, I'm beat down and broken. No. We gotta work. You better work, bitch. As Brittany would say.
Yeah. Get
Comrade
the
Brittany.
firing squads and the animal wagons ready.
Firing squads? Yeah, sure. I'm assuming we're talking about like firing squads for the billionaires, right? You're not super surprised by that. Roll your sleeves up further and breathe in the pristine air. Finished thought. I don't know what's going on with the animal wagons, but listen. I probably prefer a good old-fashioned guillotine, but in the absence of that, I guess we can do with a firing squad for the ruling class. Okay. Well, that kind of came out of nowhere, but I enjoyed it. Animal wagons to cart away the dead bodies of those executed. Ah, of course. Thank you for clarifying that, Steve. Makes sense. Didn't the Bolsheviks kill the Romanovs by firing squad, or what was that? I don't remember how that went down. I don't know why I said that as if I was there. Old sports magazines tucked away in a dark corner. Okay, a cute little bookshop. It's got a little balcony. I am doing like everything but trying to solve this murder. I mean, I gave it a try for like 2 minutes and then I was like, no, I just want to explore. For a second I was picturing wagons made out of animals. Yeah, I guess I've never heard that phrase before. The book connects the national recipes of Arda. Sorry, that went by too fast. I've never heard the phrase animal wagon before. I'm assuming, is that like on like a farm or something, like the idea is that the wagons are for moving like dead animals. It makes sense that that's a thing. I just never heard that or thought about it before.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
Look through the pile of Wirral-related items. I have no clue what Wirral is, but I'm sure we'll find out.
An endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welkin Compendium, 2nd edition.
It's a tabletop game, I'm guessing. It sounds like D&D or something.
There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Catawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a Pick Your Path adventure game book titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag. Books in a board game section? Who wants to read books?
Anything that really catches my eye?
There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel notes, a fantastique adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 real.
See, 25 real in your pocket is just enough for, like, for a board game. So I really think his rule of killing anyone with more than 25 real in their pocket seems a bit unfair. Oh, I can't buy the Wirral board game because I'm broke as fuck. I have $4.97 in my pocket. Storekeep, what board games do you have here?
Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure, or perhaps you'd like Archipelagos of Insulinda, a very educational game for those interested in geography. Browbritter is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense
Monopoly.
after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play with your children.
Who are you going to play board games with? Do you have friends or family?
Do I have friends? Look at the lieutenant.
Are you actually friends? Or just colleagues thrown together by circumstance?
I don't feel as if I have any kids.
Friends are technically like family.
She fiddles with her pendant, thinking.
For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and repress other civilizations. It'll cost 12 real.
Classic. Yeah, they really said that, like, so many board games are fucking, like, colonization games. She's right about that. Fun for the whole family. Capitalism simulator or colonization simulator?
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Hyundai somewhere.
Storekeep, tell me about the Muscle Man books.
Oh, Man from Hyundai. A very popular series of adventure novels. They're awfully immoral and violent books.
Why are they so popular?
Blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narratives, all those mystical things he encounters. They're bound to grab those with little imagination and nothing to do.
Amazing. That doesn't sound like something I'd be interested in. But I'm curious, so I'm gonna say, sounds good. Which one should I start with?
What does it matter? They're all the same. However, the customer is always right, they say. If you're a novice of the series, I'd recommend Hyundalaman, the man from Hyundal. It's supposed to be a good introduction to the series.
9 real for the Hyundalaman book, but again, I'm broke as fuck, so let's look through some of the others.
Rows and rows of Hyundalamen blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Hyundal and the Mammoth Riders. Man from Hyundal, Return to Hyundal, and the solipsistic, man from Heomdall and the Heomdall man.
Steve says, board game, something I always mean to play but never do because it would take a time away from playing a video game. Yeah, I really am more of a video game person. The thing is, like, in group settings and stuff, I really do, like, I quite enjoy board games, but it takes me quite a while to learn them, and then I just don't really have enough friends who are interested. So it's a whole thing. My brother is super, super into board games, and card games and stuff. Like, I think the last time that I saw him, he really wanted to play Settlers of Catan with me and his fiance, but we didn't have time to do it. I've never played Catan before. Obviously, again, it's called Settlers of Catan. It's like a very colonial game, but I am pretty curious to play it because it feels like such an important part of board game history. Played Magic the Gathering with him a couple of times, and it is really fun, but again, it's like you have to learn a lot and you have to be playing consistently, and you have to have people to play with, and that's kind of some of the difficulty of it, I think. Unfortunately. There was I forgot the name of it, but there was a really cool board game that we played at Christmas that I really enjoyed, and it wasn't super difficult to learn. I forget what it was called though. I'll have to find that. There are some really cool board games that are vastly better than stuff like Monopoly. Yeah, absolutely. Getting a group to agree on learning a complex board game and then getting them all together at the same time is the issue. Yeah, absolutely, it is, Steve. I would like that to happen, but I just don't think I have enough friends who are interested in that kind of thing, so RIP. Good God, how many are there?
Maybe 100. Man from Heomdall and the sages at the end of the world. Man from Heomdall and the false god. Man from Heomdall and the scorched earth. Man from Heomdall, the Heomdall colonies. Man from Heomdall and the swamp beast. Man from Heomdall and the snow crabs.
Is that all?
Not even close. Man from Heomdall in hell. Man from Heomdall and the forest of slaves. Man from Heomdall under the lake. Man from Heomdall, Heomdall burning. There's even the Trial of Death, a pastoral combat game book set in the world of Heomdallaman, and so much more.
Pain threshold check. Do any of the books call out to me?
A twinge at the back of your head makes you flinch. Your eye starts twitching.
Oh, what is it?
Your hand reaches toward a book with glossy cover art of the very muscular man from Heomdall in chains, kneeling in front of a staircase leading to a throne. A woman sits on the throne, leering at the man.
Okay.
She's laughing at him, belittling him. Between the throne and the Heomdallaman lies a bonfire, casting shadows on the wall. The shadow of the woman's headdress looks like a pair of devil horns. The title reads, Man from Heomdall and the Devil Woman.
Okay, I see you, protagonist. I shan't be saying, aren't all women devil women? I shall be saying, interesting.
The display rack before you is burdened under piles of Man from Heomdall novels.
Okay. Also, 9 real for the Man from Heomdall and the Devil Woman. I shall not, unfortunately, be buying any volumes from the Heomdallerman series today because I'm broke. Welcome, Aeon. Once someone gets an edge, they almost always win, and so the game is not very balanced. In Monopoly, I think so. I do kind of like Clue, says Faye. I think I played Clue when I was a kid, but I don't remember anything about how to play it. That was exactly the point the original designer was trying to make. They designed the game to be a critique of capitalism. Yeah, that's correct. That is true. Monopoly was originally intended to be a critique of capitalism, and then it ironically became Like, because the idea is, like, the game is no fun if one person gains a monopoly over everything. And then it became commercialized, and it's all very ironic and very sad. Her name was Elizabeth Maggie. That's the original creator of Monopoly. Let's check out the upstairs floor. Oh, let's check out this curtain.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Shopkeeper, what's behind the curtain? Oh, sorry. Wrong button.
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
Examine the cage-like trinket.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
Okay. I'm going to ignore them for now, but I think I will come back later.
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over.
Storekeep, what's all this crime fiction?
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out.
What are you talking about?
You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective.
Wow. Read him for filth. Look through the display of books.
Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers.
Okay, alright.
These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead
More
ends.
importantly, their propaganda to make us think that the work of police officers is legitimate and important and necessary.
What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the
Sure
shelf?
thing.
You see Dick Mullen on the job. Get Me Mullen. The Stalwart Adventures of Richard P. Mullen. Dick Mullen and the Murder in the Orchard. The Sordid Affair of Dick Mullen. A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the Murder House. The Final Case of Dick Mullen. An obvious lie. Dick Mullen in the Clock Tower. The Ordeals of Dick Mullen. Dauntless Dick. Dick Mullen's Funeral Pyre. The Murder of Dick Mullen.
Dick Mullen dies?
Oh no, turns out he faked to solve a case.
Are there any more?
Yes, there's also The Dame Who Did It. Farewell, My Mullen. Faking death seems to be a common trope in the Mullen series. The morbid tales of Dick Mullen. A dark tide turns. Tragedy calls for Dick Mullen. Another one with fake death. And, of course, Dick Mullen, the murderer. In order to catch a murderer, Dick Mullen must become the murderer. After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick Mullen?
Reaction speed check. Who is Dick Mullen?
Your attempt to grasp at the answer fails. It seems very close by, pulsating just out of reach.
No. Leave. I did want to get that one. Quaint picture book brochure, very colourful. It's a tome of fascist magic. Rather candid. Wow, okay. Curious about what's in that.
The plaque on the shelf reads, Biographies of Famous People. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell.
Storekeep, anything of note on this shelf?
I would say... The Greatest Innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool, delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocentic power.
Who or what is an innocence?
A very influential historical figure. But surely I don't have to tell you that. You're a law officer, and law officers have at least some education.
Interesting.
The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understandings of the innocentic system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tired order of things.
I thought it was about which of these innocences is the coolest and greatest. No, so you recommend it?
Certainly. It's prudent for a person to have at least an elementary understanding of history and society. Imagine the chaos we'd be in otherwise.
You feel like you should get this one. Definitely. It's important somehow. There's something personal inside.
I do have enough money to buy the Greatest Innocence book. I know I'm trying to save money to pay off what's his name, but I'm curious about it. So let's look through the display of books first.
Browsing through all the books with all their names makes your head spin. None of these seem important or relevant. It's all just vapid egoism. Suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, High Speed Love, the tragic true love story of Jacob Irv and Alfie Delatraz, by one Cecilia Averbrook.
What's it
High
about?
Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the finest tip-top tourney racers in history. One of them is the madcap driver, Jacob Irv. His blonde mane graces the cover. Next to Irv's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star. He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other.
Wow, why would you shoot them into your eyeballs?
Next to that, Rivasholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a rundown drug den. He's a permanent fixture on Channel 8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' days.
I really must insist you buy one of the books. Reading them is not for free. Do still browse though, but not too long. I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead. Take your time. Time is commerce.
That is disturbing. Injecting anything into your eyeballs is nuts. Yeah, for real. Why would you do... Like, there are other ways to take cocaine. And also... whatever the other thing he took was, heroin? I don't know.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
It must have been a lot easier to fake a death in older times now with pervasive surveillance by even so-called free countries, and with the digital trail people leave when they do things. To fake a death would be difficult. Yeah, I think you're probably right. You'd have to think it through quite a bit more. Hold on just one second. eye tattoos are a real thing. Yeah, I don't really know why or how, but that is a real thing. It's true. It's true, unfortunately. Storekeep, what books are... I'm not trying to judge other people, I just think that, yeah, that's crazy.
Sir, please, no browsing in that shelf. That wisdom is not for free. I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh no!
Look through the shelf.
Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity,
Welcome,
balance.
Lalin. Just woken up. I appreciate some of you guys being here early in your time zone. You didn't have to do that, and I really appreciate it. I hope that you are having a good morning. Oh my god. Layla is, so in my setup, as some of you guys know, my PC table is next to the windowsill. Layla is currently sat on the windowsill. It's a sunny day. She's absolutely loving this sunny spot on the windowsill, and she's having a little nap. But she's resting her chin on a book while she naps. It's very cute. I wish I could show you. It's very, very cute. Oh, you guys. Still so sleepy? I appreciate you being here, in spite of how sleepy you are. I hope that this is good morning entertainment for the North America crowd.
The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services.
Oh, interesting. How does that work?
It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to, and which costs more than this book, is garbage, and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything.
Ah, okay.
Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note.
That's, it's giving apple cider vinegar vibes to me, which I know me and Charlotte mentioned that show when we were, when we streamed the take one of Lost Records. It's really good. I wasn't expecting apple cider vinegar to be really good, but it's really good. It's really interesting. It's like a genuinely interesting, nuanced approach to, like, the issue of, people who are trying to use, like, wellness culture to make money off of cancer patients, and discouraging people from seeking traditional medical treatment, but also how part of the reason why that kind of exploitation is possible is because of the issues with the medical system and how it, like, how expensive it can be in certain contexts. The show's set in Australia, and how like dehumanizing and horrible like medical professionals can be as well. Yeah, really interesting show.
When it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place.
Nightbot is asserting its authority. Yeah, I probably need to, like, edit some of those timers. Does the book say anything else?
The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver. And There's even a chapter on the ancient Seraï's tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre- and post-factum apply. Nothing worth buying. This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this?
Hell yes. Inland Empire check. Find something truly otherworldly.
The throbbing in your head increases with every passing moment you gaze at this shelf. Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. The title of it reads, Medicinal Purposes of the Pale.
What's the pale?
The book contains very little explanation on the matter. This knowledge seems to be taken for granted.
What's this book about?
The book contains descriptions of various pseudoscientific therapies, alternative medicines, and folk remedies involving the pale, also known as le territoire. For example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venik or hand broom, made from the leafy twigs of a young birch tree from the near pale.
Sounds painful.
It is supposedly invigorating and good for the circulation.
What else?
It also recommends consuming distilled spirits like vodka or whiskey that have been aged in the pale. Readers are instructed to cover these jars in a shallow hole just inside the pale and leave them there for 30 to 60 days, depending on the potency desired.
And what does this pale-aged liquor do?
Among other benefits, it is alleged to restore a damaged liver to perfect health.
How is that possible?
Is it any more improbable than anything else that human beings put their faith in?
Fair enough. What else is in there?
For general health and well-being, readers are encouraged to take regular strolls through the pale, though a sidebar cautions readers to limit each stroll to less than an hour. These strolls promise to cleanse the mind of worries and the body of toxins, especially if the perambulator performs this ritual in the nude. Nudity figures prominently in a number of these prescriptions. This is exactly what you need.
Huh. Anything else of note?
There's an entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their marital obligations.
I probably need that.
Excuse me, sir. I believe you've been perusing that particular volume long enough. If you'd like to continue reading, I must insist you buy it.
The Pale, I can't wait for you to learn more about the Pale. Okay, interesting. I literally have no money. But I am going to spend all of my little amount of money that I have on this book, and then I will scrounge some other change and try to buy the other book, I think. Alright, I want to buy Medicinal Purposes of the Pale.
Indeed. Something about that book does seem to have spoken to you. Well, I hope it contains what you're looking for.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
Interesting. I've also kind of noticed that there's, like, when the autosave is happening, or when I'm doing, like, checks on certain stats, that there's, like, there's, like, a kind of particular script that comes up. I don't know what that is, but I'm wondering if that's just, like, the script that they use in this universe. Yeah. Can you do 5-finger discounts in this game? No, I don't think so. But I'll just keep scrounging for money.
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insilinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez.
Look at the map of Martinez.
It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it. Drawn from an isometric perspective, a date in the upper right corner says 48. Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbor, even the whirling in rags there.
Look at a map of Revachol.
The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the River Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction. To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Revachol East.
And the west of the river?
Houdon. It's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forberg. It's almost as bad, and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst.
Jamrock is the capital, right? Okay, sorry, just processing a little bit. And Martinez.
It's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. There it is. North of Jamrock, the strip of coast next to the Greater Revachol Industrial Harbor. It looks downright despondent. It's almost Coal City, to be honest. No, Coal City is worse. A charred limb. Rain falls on its slick black streets. And then there's the burnt-out quarter in the heart of Jamrock. Is it cold in this bookstore? Or is it just you? No, this is somewhere to be. This is all you have. But it's still something. Streets and sodium lights, the sky, the world. You're still alive.
Okay. Sorry, catching up a chat. Not like in Skyrim, whenever my Dragonborn left the store, at least half of its stock went with them. Love to steal. Like the horse in Over the Garden Wall that says, I want to steal. I've never actually seen Over the Garden Wall. This is my favorite quote from Volition. It was almost my high school yearbook quote. Oh, wow. Look at the map of Insulinde.
This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is La Caillou. You are here. Another far away in the southwest, Seminese Islands, Ile de Fantôme.
Right, so... yeah. So Insulinde is like the larger area. Like, I don't know what you would describe it, like a continent? Seminese Islands are in the southwest. You're in the northeast. Right, okay. What else?
Ozon, Laurentide, Fas à la Mer, Archipelagos, North Arcade Islands. All just specks of dust on the vastness of the Insulindic. On the edges of the map, the color fades into a blur of dotted lines, black and white. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou, in a bookstore. It's you. Radiating outwards from you, the suzerain Revachol, with a radius of 80 kilometers, still the crown jewel of this Isola. would be barely visible.
Squint first. Can you see cities on the island?
You can, on Caillou, Revachol, a single black star, on Ozon, Fondelier, and Vimandu, on archipelagos, Croyan Moran, Villiers, on Semenine, Olduvai, and on Laurentide, Deora of the Seven Seas. Lost little pearls of light, tiny fires in the dark.
Look at the edges.
The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosigns and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Windy is the north azimuth. Grad is the northeast azimuth. Samara is the east azimuth. Seo is the west azimuth. Isolas, they're called. Connections to other worlds. Words past the Insulindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there. You have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods, but looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Isolas are immeasurably large compared to you, and very, very far away. Perhaps they are gods, gods of distance and outer dust.
Okay, this is like, again, a lot of information to process. But, okay. Let's leave.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance.
The clerk extends a greeting.
Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
Fair enough.
A golden pendant hangs around the woman's neck, in the shape of what looks like a tiny fish head trapped in amber.
I don't think she's going to give us any money because she seems pretty intent on making money. So are you the owner of the store?
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Her voice is high-pitched as if to give it more penetration. Your daughter is the one standing outside the store, right?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post, doing her job like a proper girl?
Oh, God. Don't love this. Yes, of course.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Yes.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store.
I don't know if it's worth kind of questioning her beliefs on this. Obviously I'm tempted to say I'm not going to grade a human being, I don't do that, but then equally I don't know if it's going to be helpful in the short term to do that. So I think I'll just say 10. She's certainly very polite and helpful.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
I'm here to dismantle the free market and abolish child labour.
You must be kidding. There's nothing like that happening.
Depends. How much do you pay the kid?
Good sir. What does a young child do with money anyway? No, I save it for her as a fund. She's securing her financial future out there.
Wow. I guess I was mistaken.
Indeed. Are we done with the jokes now?
Yes, we've had quite enough fun here. Right.
The lieutenant taps his foot. The way you're handling her strikes me as wrong.
Mind your own business, sir. In our society, people don't get to tell each other how to raise their children. It's none of your or anyone's business.
Well, that's just my opinion. Let's change the subject.
The woman before you scans the store. her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges her glasses.
The girl outside mentioned that this place is cursed.
Cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy. Good for commercial activity. My business is thriving, sir.
What if I... sucks if I accidentally got Annette into trouble there. I didn't mean to do that. What if I want to buy a book?
Goodness, you were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop? Don't you feel compelled? Go, go. Get back there. The books await you.
So what types of books do you have?
Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself. The shelves compel you, don't they?
She's attempting to mentally direct you towards the shelves. She only wants you to buy the goods. She doesn't care about the books.
Do you even know what books you have for sale? I mean, I know she does, but I'm just curious about the dialogue options.
Truth be told, not really. My sister brings in most of the goods. I'm sure it's all very literary stuff with well-written prose.
Well, you seemed to know a lot about what was on the shelf, so I don't really...
But you don't learn about the important things in life from fabricated stories.
Where do you learn about the important things, then?
The truth is available if you just know where to look, and you have to open and free your mind to understand.
She nods at you cryptically. Okay, I'll take another look then.
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
Farewell for now, book peddler. Okay, well, I'm going to open the curtain.
The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you. Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers.
Her hand is closed around her pendant, her fingers nervously playing with the talisman.
Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
This is about the curse, that's why you're afraid? Or, ma'am, this is different. I'm a police officer, I need to get in there. But I sense this place is calling me. I must investigate beyond the threshold. I don't care, you can't stop me. I'll open them, continue. This is about the curse, that's why you're afraid?
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains.
But I sense this place is cooling for me. I must investigate beyond the threshold.
You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir.
Ma'am, this is... Okay, we're gonna play that card. Ma'am, this is different. I'm a police officer. I need to get in there.
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there.
She stops abruptly as her hand flies over her mouth, baffled by her own bluntness.
I am sorry. I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers.
Let's unleash the powers. I don't care. You can't stop me. I'll open them.
No! Please just talk to me, officer. Come here and let's talk this through before you decide to do anything extreme.
There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
Ah, fine. I'll come back. I'll come back to the curtains. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break, maybe like 5 or 10 minutes, just because I've been going for a little while now. So I'll see you guys in 5 or 10 minutes, and in that time I'll try to decide whether or not I want to just go ahead with the curtains, opening the curtains, that is, just do it now, fuck it, or do it later. Oh, well, we're experiencing rage now, so actually, hold that thought. I'll go on a break in a second. Hi, Buria's TV, raiding with a party of 18. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the raid. Oh, I kind of just want to open... You know what? Fuck it. Let's open the curtains. No, don't worry about it. I'll take a break in a second. Thank you for the raid. What were you guys up to? What were you just playing?
The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
Fuck it. Yeah, let's open the curtains. Rip them apart, this time for real.
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little cage-like trinkets, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
Also doing Disco Elysium for a first playthrough. Good fun. Yeah, cool. This is my first playthrough too. I'm really, really enjoying it so far. I streamed a bit yesterday, so I'm not super far into the game, I don't think. About like 6 hours or so into it at the moment. But I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm glad that you're having a good time with it too.
I warned you. You're unleashing forces beyond your understanding.
I had to do what I had to do. Plaisance. I gotta unlock the supernatural, mysterious forces. I gotta know. Oh god. I am a little bit scared now though, because the game is warning me so hard against doing this. Okay, what do we got here? Ghostly silhouettes of hairdryers. Oh. A vaguely androgynous portrait of a man. Oh, I was about to say something about how that lady statue looks hot, but that's on me for assuming gender.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Okay. I guess I'll knock on the door first.
Only an echo. No one is there.
No one's there. Okay, I gotta do a pain threshold check and try to break down the door. Let's see how it goes. Ooh. Ah! Shit.
You smash into the wood and see a small crack appear on the door frame. It's going to take one more try to break through to the other side. But you've done it.
Oh shit. Oh, okay, okay. Oh shit. I'm later on in day 1, been around a lot of the areas, but when I seem to be making progress, I end up with more questions. Yeah, I feel you. I've definitely got a lot of questions. They've done a really good job of just creating a world and like characters and a story that's like super, super interesting and super compelling. I love the like strangeness of it. And on this channel, like what we do, me and some of my friends who also stream on here sometimes, is talk about kind of politics in games. And this is obviously like a super political game. There's a lot of really interesting stuff going on in that regard, with kind of like the strikes and the dock workers union and the kind of like racial dynamics and the colonial dynamics that it's exploring and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm having a great time with it.
You're not thinking of trying again, are you?
Well, I managed it, so why not? The lieutenant stares at you as you stand there silent and brooding. Okay, I can smash into the door wordless, or I can say shout fuck the system, or freeze dirt bags, or hands up now, or fuck it hurts. I am going to smash into the door wordless. here? Sand is dripping from a punch bag. It's like a gym. The poster says Sidious Fortis, the rest is worn off. Worn out wool bars, they look unsafe. Yeah, this looks like a gym. What's going on? Ooh. Kim, you want to talk about something? Yeah, it seems like Kim wants to.
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them. There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard. Why does it feel so familiar?
Look, Kim, it's a trap. There are no collars on the barbell. Also, I think my physical is really low, so that's not going to go well.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then.
What kind of a bastard would just remove the collars? It should be a felony.
It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to try and lift the weights. But Kim, what do you want to talk about?
What is this place?
The lieutenant stares at the dusty training equipment. Looks like a gym to me.
Yes, but no one's been here in ages.
He draws a stripe on the dusty floor with his foot.
I doubt the electricity still works. We should find a flashlight if we want to go on. There should be one in my kinema.
An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
Okay, so we're going to have to go back to his car to get the flashlight. I think we need to go back there to get the pry bar anyway, so that's fine. Oh, Sitius Altius Fortius is the Olympic motto. Oh, interesting. What does that mean? What if there's a reason why no one's been here for ages?
Yes, because it's closed. No need to look for supernatural explanations where a banal one will do. Now, let's go get the flashlight, shall we?
Oh, Kim. Kim. Oh, I gotta select the door. Merely looking at that unmanly haircut threatens your masculinity. Wow. I wonder if Kim wants to smooch. It's a good question. Not me playing this directly after playing Detroit Become Human and having another game where we have toxic police yaoi. Fuck the police, but they can kiss a little. They can have a little gay kiss. It takes willpower to even read the author's name, Jan Kaus from Igonia. Okay. Kim, let's go back to your car in a second and get the flashlight and the pry bar. Hold on, let me try and remember how to get to your car, Kim. I think this was my first time coming into this area. There's the car, Sitting me.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Yes, Nightbot is just saying that randomly, don't worry about it. I can probably turn off the spoiler timer by now, because it seems like it's just happening too frequently. Yeah, let me just change the interval, because it doesn't need to be telling you that like every 2 seconds. Yeah. So, pull out
The metallic
toolbox.
drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
So we need the pry bar.
The pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand, heavier than you'd think. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids.
And we need the flashlight.
It's robust, weatherproof, and well made. Police issue, blue, lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss.
Okay.
The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its hook.
Cool. Let's go back to the gym before going back to the... The book appears to be erotica, but without actual erotica. Oh. Whatever that means. Okay. Let's go investigate that gym. Nice. It's weird, but sometimes because of the point of view, it gives Sims vibes. Fair enough. Oh, here we go. The hallway is blocked by old window panes and debris. Oh god, okay, I'm a bit creeped out. A large demijohn full of strange liquid. Wild animals stare at you in the dark, stuffed and mounted. Come on now, there we go. Sorry, I missed that one. Because I was just pulling the curtain in my room. A naked mannequin torso, a strange yellow color. Oh, some money. Blue velvet, soft to the touch, moss bin. She wore blue velvet. Another David Lynch reference, maybe?
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes, like some ancient cave mural.
Yes, I was thinking that La Lynn, perhaps another David Lynch reference.
Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
Inspect the drawings.
These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins casting wax-based magic, translucent welkins with organs shining under their skin, and even ether welkins hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space.
What is a welkin?
Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? One of the welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Examine the welkin. This is important. They look like elves or something.
It's Vara Hamira, a high welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-welkin races will be purged.
No, not more racism.
The Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with welkin, green welkin, dread welkin, and the high welkin to rule them
What
all.
Lord of the Rings kind of shit is this? Except I'm not like super familiar or into Lord of the Rings, but like I did play a lot of Elder Scrolls growing up. So a lot of the time my elf lore usually comes from the Elder Scrolls. in which they got high elves, they got wood elves, and they got dark elves in the Elder Scrolls.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little welking creatures.
And I think there's also like a plot line about high elves being like elf supremacists, particularly in Skyrim. And then like dark elves are seen as like a lower race and stuff like that. Who are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real? I have so many questions.
This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real.
Why would anyone spend so much time on this?
Some people really like building a world, I think, even if it's just for a game.
Whisper, one of them is a Welkin supremacist.
Political commentary. That one has a great beard too.
The lieutenant nods at the Welkin's facial hair. Well, this has been educational. Let's move on from the Welkins.
Just look at those details. So much effort.
And for what? All gone.
Inspect the photos.
The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden. Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine, a much-needed respite from our own world.
Talking about like escapism, it's interesting that electrochemistry would bring up like escapism into fantasy world building as like, because electrochemistry is kind of the stat or the attribute that's like about intoxication and addiction.
A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario. A desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe."
Okay, so this is like a Wirral campaign, I think. And Wirral is like the Dungeons and Dragons or tabletop game that we found earlier. Inspect the schedule.
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money.
Keep reading. What happened?
As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
Looks like they didn't make it.
The lieutenant looks at the frigid ice field of nothingness.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details."
Inspect the notes.
The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: "Call in, tune out," "Wirral untethered," and "Heat death of the universe." Outside, a cold wind wraps the building in its bosom. Snowflakes in the wind. An old woman passes what the locals call the doomed commercial area. She tries hard not to look at the bookstore windows. It's unwise.
Leave. Okay, that was interesting.
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
A radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
He sounds surprised and a bit cautious. Do you think I should turn it on?
We have one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it.
Turn on the machine.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open.
Look inside the compartment.
It's empty, like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected.
This is very cool sound design.
This is where the memory should go.
Press play.
Nothing happens.
Press play again.
Nothing happens.
Press print.
Nothing happens.
Leave. Speaking of which, I finally started playing Oblivion. How are you finding it? Oblivion is so nostalgic and, like, for me, and it's very, like, scribbled across a notebook, developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe. Oh, maybe this is the people who developed the game Whirl? That could be that as well. Played it a lot when I was growing up, and it's definitely still a comfort game for me now. Although, reminder to everyone that Bethesda is on the BDS list, so find a way of playing Oblivion that doesn't cost money, if you know what I mean. Project Dread, why not just label your Project Evil and clear up what your intentions are? I guess the intention could be more about just fear, to be fair. The objective is to generate dread.
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker, the mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. A diagram for summoning some time-forgotten being? The symbols seem very esoteric. The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles. Very pedantic.
Hold on, how do I know what Kadran mosaic tiles are supposed to look like?
History classes, students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle blue tiles looked beautiful in the sun.
What am I looking at?
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic.
Radio frequencies for what?
Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced.
So we're dealing with something medical?
You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants.
Who's the Game Master?
Someone very important, the leader of a massive on-air game built by these people. A conductor for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the Game Master's frequency.
If it's a game, then who's playing?
Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like. All of this is gone, left unrealized. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
Why do you say that?
The schedule. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
What else? Squints at the lines.
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages.
Wow, I can't believe that what we've basically found is like a game developer's... like a haunted game development basement.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
Looks like an undercover counterintelligence program. It's just a failed business. The only question is, what the hell were they making? No, I think that we know what they were making.
Yes, that is the question.
The lieutenant takes a step back, steepling his hands.
It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Right, like Disco Elysium.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
Or you already had a copy of Oblivion? Nice. Old Oblivion and not the new version? Yeah. I don't... Obviously, like, you know, people shouldn't be giving money to remaster because of the boycott and all, but, like, why would you anyway? Like, I don't know. I feel like part of what's fun about Oblivion is just, like, how kind of, like, goofy and janky and of its time it is. I don't really want it to look better. I like it the way it is. Has anyone ever done this before?
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry. But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an interisolary game before. We just don't have the technology.
And this was a role-playing game?
Indeed. Those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with hit death thrown in.
Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left unfinished.
How are they planning to do that?
Through call-in stations. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the Game Master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
His fascination has swept aside other concerns for the moment. He's a little hooked.
I think it's a self-insert for the Disco Elysium team. That's what I've heard. Yeah, I mean, it could be. I also think, obviously, like, a lot of game developers, like, put stuff about game development, like, in the game, and I think it's, like, a fun little thing, even if it's not necessarily, like a one-to-one self-insert or anything. Because, I mean, obviously they finished the game, and the concept of the game here sounds a bit different to what this is, based on kind of the technology they have in this world, but it's still a fun little thing to have. What do you think happened to the company?
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
Wow.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but...
The lieutenant tilts his head, thinking. Okay, they were insane if they thought they could do this. It was just a play to cheat money out of the investors' pockets. The world is cold and lonely. This would keep it company. Let's finish it. Do we have any money? Let's give them more money so they can finish it and make it even bigger. The world is cold and lonely. This would keep it company. Let's finish it.
It's too late for that, I'm afraid.
A half smile breaks out on his face. He says, looking around the derelict room. The pipes howl and a rat crosses the floor.
Okay, let's keep moving.
Steel rotor blades bearing a Slipstream logo. Okay. At some point I will check my inventory to look at some of these items. Skis with Slipstream printed on the laminated top layer. I don't think there's anything else really in here. Oh.
Looks like someone tried to reconceptualize their business.
I don't get it.
Look, the skis and rotor blades both bear the same Slipstream logo. It seems likely that they started out making one, failed to turn a profit, and then pivoted to producing the other.
Huh. The question is, which did they start with and which did they pivot to?
That's a good question.
What a strange leap of imagination, and yet they still failed. How sad.
Reality is ruthless.
The wind howls in the coal chute above. The wall collapsed, is inaccessible now.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony.
Kim, what is this thing? Is it a furnace?
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney.
He opens the door and gingerly peeks inside.
No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only dead rats.
Look inside.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice or several voices talking to each other. Near the smoke chamber, upstairs.
What are you doing?
I'm not sure, Kim, but I think I can hear someone talking upstairs.
Wait, really? We should investigate, see if someone's upstairs.
Yeah. Is that a fridge?
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost, and the bear's eyes are glowing
If
red.
is it made of ice? How is it staying up? Didn't the game have a rapacious in-game store to monetize everything? What? Don't they know what a modern game needs? Are you talking about Oblivion? Or what are you talking about, Steve? What is this thing? It looks like a giant ice bear.
The lieutenant doesn't answer. His eyes are glued to the animal. A sharp slice of light shines out from its mysterious belly door.
Crack open the door.
A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator.
No, the game in this one that they were... Oh, I see what you're saying. I see. That is a joke about how they should have leaned into designing a game for capitalistic money-making purposes in order to be successful. Fair enough.
The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
Look inside the refrigerator.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge.
Take the note from the door.
You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
Examine one of the ice cream wrappers.
A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge.
What is a giant bear-shaped fridge doing in an abandoned cellar in the first place?
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge.
The lieutenant reaches for one of the wrappers and studies it in the light. So they tried to sell ice cream from this hyper-carnivore?
I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
The lieutenant points at the red snaky cable running from inside the fridge.
The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must be catastrophic.
Yeah, why is this still here? Intercom wires running into the breaker box. Oh, looks like a new item of clothing.
Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to some kind of a buzzing fridge-like thing nearby.
Leave it for now. A frozen ice cream maker that's still running. Oh, there we go. Flashlight casts a strange shadow. There's a hidden doorway here. Oh, mysterious. Ice cream maker defrosted and unplugged. Maybe I should turn some of the stuff off because it's wasting a bunch of energy.
Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. An electric sizzle. The room is slightly quieter now. Something close to you dies with a soft electric purr.
Why did you do that?
Because it's black, the color of the immeasurable cosmos.
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. The electric distribution board now has one cable missing. Somewhere, a machine hums along with the current, happy and contented.
Just plugged the black one back in for now. Two rusty rifles are hidden above the piping. They look inoperable. Someone has stuck some busted guns beneath the ceiling. God, what is going on here?
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Welcome, Blur Nerd. Don't worry. You're allowed to join the stream whenever you want. I hope you're doing well. Where are we? Look around the secret room.
Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache.
Interesting. Look, there's a hole in the wall. Shine light on the hidden compartment.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
Okay, I do.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away.
Inspect the rifles.
Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest. But one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others. Take it. You're a police officer. Police officers carry guns.
This one looks nice. Take the rifle.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way.
What does this mean? A rifle here?
It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
He likes this find.
Leave. Okay. And I think there was a stairs back here. Yeah, there we go. Oh, this leads me back out. Interesting. Well, let me unequip my flashlight and equip the pry bar so that we can try and open this baby.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, "Whirling in rags."
Okay, I don't think this is gonna work, but I'm gonna try a physical instrument check. Force time, jam the tool under the lid and pull.
Force time isn't happening. You've jammed the pry bar under the lid, but it just isn't bending.
Hang from the pry bar with all your weight.
There's a creaking sound as the pry bar slips under the lid. You hang from it like a moron, huffing and puffing. Clearly the technique is wrong, but nothing else comes to mind.
Kick the container. looks like my health is in critical condition. Oh no.
You feel something in your chest, an unnatural pressure. It's spreading to your left arm, your jaw.
So I'm guessing this is bad.
Very, very bad. This is the end. Bad.
Try to remain conscious.
All you feel is pain and weakness. You have to surrender now. We all do. It gets so dark. You don't even see her face. Like you always thought you would. You only see pain and fear. Cop suffers final heart attack. A detective lieutenant of the RCM passed away yesterday. His death, though abrupt, did not come as a surprise to those who knew him. He was the heaviest drinker I'd ever met. Captain Ptolemy Price, the deceased superior officer, commented, "That ain't easy on the ticker." He loved his liquor, sure, said Detective Chester McLean, friend and colleague. But I think before he ever had a heart attack, his heart was broken. According to an official statement given by the RCM, the officer was on the brink of solving a murder case.
Wow. Well, my last, I should save more frequently, because that's, wow. That's crazy. Remind me to save more frequently, you guys, because it's taken me back here. It's not too severe, but, is what it is.
You see a terrifying ice. The lieutenant doesn't answer. A gust of freezing cold air rushes to... The lieutenant takes a peek. The shelves are empty. All you see are... You pocket the note. A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you.
Good question. It looks like I know. What is even worse?
The fridge buzzes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to scroll through some of these quickly. It's not too much. The first time I played, I died within like the first 30 minutes. Oh yeah. I should probably... I think I do have some healing items and stuff. So... I probably... should... let's see what we have. A ball used for playing shot put. A favorite pastime of elderly gentlemen. You feel like you should hold on to this and make good use of it. To sell such beautiful old school sports equipment would be a sin. The handkerchief given to you by Lieutenant Kitsuragi, one corner is adorned with lace and a tiny embroidered portiere. This postcard depicts an ill-advised residential area overlooking the Jamrock Quarter. 13-story buildings line the hillside like sarcophagi, an ominous fog already rising from behind. These are the last boom years. In 39, the project fails catastrophically, leaving behind an opiate and hepatitis B infected slum. I thought I had healing items, but I don't know. In one of my playthroughs, I died before even leaving the hostel room. Wow. As a bit of advice, I'd make sure to find some items that get your health back, because a lot of random checks can cause your morale or health to go to 0. Yeah, I thought I had picked up some healing items, but I don't know where they are right now, so... a handwritten note you found from the giant ice bear in the fridge. It still bears some marks from the fruit-shaped kitchen magnets that were used to secure it to the refrigerator door.
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface.
Does it say anything interesting?
The lieutenant leans closer to read the crumpled note over your shoulder.
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active.
Read the note.
Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself, if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care, Sully Swaff.
I died, Steve. That's what happened. And had to load a save from like 30 minutes ago. Yep, I kicked a garbage dumpster and died. That is what happened. I wonder who wrote the note.
Someone who owns a radio computer? My guess is as good as yours, officer.
Remind me again, what's a filament memory?
It belongs inside a radio computer, storing its memory. It's like a tape. You listen to disco tapes, right? It's like one of your disco tapes, only for a computer.
Who's the illiterate ginger kid?
Really? You don't have a single guess?
You mean Kuno?
Oh, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on a filament memory. Even if he doesn't know what to do with it, he'd probably try to pawn it for speed, based on our encounter.
Do you have any idea where the frozen ice cream maker could be?
I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the iceberg fluid.
Okay, well, I did see that. I think. Defrosted and unplugged. But this one is on.
Two cables are plugged. An electric sizzle. Something.
Why did you do that?
The lieutenant raises his brow. This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting.
Try to crack open the lid.
You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy here. If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your hand, detective.
Equip the pry bar by going to the Tools tab in your inventory. From there, you can equip it to a held slot.
Okay, well, I'm going to quick save. Before I try anything, seeing as the last time that I had to, that I tried to do that, it went terribly. Disco Vol says, I can see you do have healing items, you just need to click on the health icon when you get that warning, at least. It seems to be the left button on the gamepad. Oh, I see. Thanks for the tip. The number 2 means you have 2 healing items. Oh, thank you so much for that, Anna. And there's another one. I wonder what that script means when you restore health and collect items. I don't think it's supposed to do that, but it might have something to do with the dyslexia font. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I really do. Oh, never mind. Hold on. I need to equip that pry bar. Hold on.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting.
+2, machine unplugged, -20, pry bar not strong enough. Oh god. Well, I don't think that's gonna go well then. I don't know if maybe you can get like a better pry bar or something.
Both cables are unplugged from the breaker box.
We just get those rifles quickly.
A few bricks have fallen off.
Seems like an old... There is, yes.
Your hand reaches deep. Most of them are... Take it.
That's a rare sight.
Not gonna lie, I remember when I did my first playthrough I got hella stuck on this part. I don't even remember how I got past it. Yeah, fair enough. I think maybe there's something other than the pry bar that I can use.
The bear's eyes are dead and empty.
Oh, sorry, let me listen to all of that.
The bear's eyes are dead and empty. Ice inside the fridge, slowly melting. The power has been cut off. A thick layer. Looks like this furnace has a face. And it's a face of agony.
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney. No one has used it in ages.
It's dark and grimy.
What are you doing? Wait, really? You should investigate, see if someone's upstairs.
Yeah, okay. I think that's everything around here for now. I can come back to the ice fridge later, maybe.